everybody. This is William Bradford Nichols, the editor for Nutrition Insight, and we are here live in Las Vegas, Nevada at Supply Side Global 2025, talking with Vivien Sheehan, the Vice President and Regional Business Development Manager at Kerry. Hello, Vivien. How are you today?
Hello, I'm great. Lovely to be with you.
Well, we're excited to talk with you. I've got some questions already, and if it's okay, I'd love to jump right in.
Go for it.
Well, let's start with one of the biggest trends that's happening right now. Sort of, Kerry, you're doing like a GLP-1 sort of journey session here at the show, which suggests that you have a large focus on weight management and metabolic health. Can you tell us sort of how is Kerry partnering with brands to create innovative products in line with this, like these emerging consumer trends evolving around GLP-1 right now?
Yeah, great question. So obviously the GLP-1 trend continues to grow with the number of users of the GLP-1 medication growing year over year, and I think with new medication coming to the market next year, we foresee that trend continuing. So what's really critical on that journey is helping consumers of the medication have the best experience while they're on the medication. So how do we help customers alleviate some side effects that they experience while on the meds, which may prematurely end their journey on the medication? So we have done 2 consumer experience studies recently, one with our flagship probiotic BC30 and a second study with our new postbiotic Plenibiotic. And what we did here was we took a cohort of consumers, 300 plus, that were on GLP-1 medication, different phases of their journey on the meds in terms of titrating on, or people that were on it for a long period of time. And we looked at the impact of the probiotic and or the postbiotic while they were on the medication at being able to alleviate gastrointestinal challenges. And what we found was that the results were really overwhelmingly positive in terms of the beneficial properties of this probiotic and postbiotic at allowing people to manage the side effects that they were experiencing and allow them to be on the meds and have a better experience while on the medication. So that's one example with our proactive health portfolio. But the other example that I would say is what we're seeing is people need to maybe tailor their diet when they're on the medication. They're not as hungry, so every calorie counts in terms of what they're eating. And clearly protein is critically important in terms of managing muscle loss. So where Kerry has a play here is really helping customers with their taste solutions to mask off notes, particularly in more plant alternative proteins from dairy, where we can mask any off notes that might come through, especially as consumers look for higher concentrations of protein in the product. And then similarly, we have technologies like our lactase enzyme to break down dairy protein, dairy lactose, to make lactose-free or lactose-reduced claims unpacked, again, to make it more easily digestible for consumers on GLP-1 meds.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for that. Can you also tell us a little about, this year you're kind of emphasizing combining sort of best-in-class clinical science with superior taste as well. How do you sort of ensure the functional ingredients maintain, which you spoke about a little bit already, but how do you ensure those functional ingredients maintain efficacy without compromising on flavor and consumer appeal?
Yeah, no, that's critical. So I think step one is if we are delivering a functional ingredient that has clinical science behind it, making sure that the consumer is consuming that at the dose that has demonstrated the clinical efficacy. That's absolutely imperative. So our labs, our headquarters are in Beloit, Wisconsin in North America, and we have lots of analytical capabilities at that facility where we are testing for the active, monitoring shelf life of the active in a whole range of food, beverage, supplement applications. And then obviously taste is king, right? So if it doesn't taste well, we won't have repeat purchase. So we work diligently with our flavor team, especially where we've taken ingredients that have primarily been found in supplements and now we're looking to put them into beverage applications. How do we mask off notes that might be coming through with, let's say, some of the botanicals, the functional botanicals? So we do that with our flavor team, our maskers, our sensory science, and taking a very deep analytical approach to that as well.
Wow. Well, that's really interesting because it's almost like a one-stop shop for customers at that point,
Yeah,
right?
no, it's great. It's all about speed to innovation. That's key. And I think the beauty of our facility in Beloit, Wisconsin, it brings all the teams of experts together under one roof. So we can work on sensory analysis, analytical analysis, our proactive health team in terms of different actives that they might want to put in, whether it's our Plenibiotic or Postbiotics or Probiotics, fiber, protein, whatever the case may be, and working collectively with our taste team to make sure that we've got the best product that the consumer is looking for.
Wonderful. Well, before we go, can I ask you about maybe sort of one more of those functional ingredients that you were just mentioning? Can you sort of tell us about, like, cognitive health is really gaining consumer attention as well?
Yep.
What sort of science-backed solutions are you developing or have developed to support mental age and mental performance across different age groups?
Sure, and maybe I'll take two examples here. One would be our ashwagandha, branded under Sensorol. We've done a lot of research in terms of looking at how it alleviates stress. So I think that's very relevant, and also to allow people to be able to sleep better and calm people down. So that would be one thing with our Sensorol ashwagandha and clinical science that we've published and is out there in the public domain. And then maybe for children, it would be our omega-3 solutions, which are really good for these high-protein beverage applications now as well, where we've demonstrated that we can get really clean flavor profile in those types of high-protein beverage applications, which is really a lot of science for children and cognitive support of children.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, Vivien, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you. Great to be here.